So today I'm talking about a Hyundai with the P0139 code, what it is and how you go about fixing it. So what is a P0139 code? Well, it's an O2 sensor circuit slow response bank 1 sensor 2. And what does this mean? Well, the onboard computer uses sensors located on the exhaust to know how much oxygen's been burned off during combustion. And it uses this information to adjust the air-fuel ratio mixture. And it's seen a problem with one of these sensors, so it's going to have to be troubleshooted to know why. And bank 1 is always the side of the engine with the number 1 cylinder. So if you have a 4-cylinder, it wouldn't matter. But if you have like a V6, you want to find the number 1 cylinder, that'll be bank 1. And then you go down on that bank 1 side, and the second sensor on the exhaust will be sensor 2. And some possible causes of this. Well, it could be a bad sensor, it could be in the wiring, like an open or short, and possibly a blown fuse. And so the first thing to do when you get this code is go locate bank 1 sensor 2 oxygen sensor, and there can be some differences. It's always a good idea to go get a schematic or a diagram for your particular Hyundai, year, engine type, and all this, since there can be differences. And here's an example of a 2003 Hyundai Santa Fe, and as you can see, bank 1 sensor 2 is right here, so it just makes it easier to find the sensor if you do have this schematic. And so this will be the sensor to go and find. And the basics of what's going on with these oxygen sensors is that, number 1, they monitor how much oxygen has been burnt off after combustion, and the onboard computer adjusts the gas fuel ratio mixture. And they also have heater elements inside there that monitor the catalytic converter, since when the catalytic converter starts to heat up, it's a symptom that it might be failing. So they also have heater elements inside of them. And sensor 1 is going to be called the upstream sensor. It'll be before the catalytic converter. And sensor 2 is going to be called the downstream sensor, and it'll be located after the catalytic converter. And so once you find the bank 1 sensor 2 oxygen sensor, next thing you do, check out the wiring real good. Be sure everything's connected good. There's no open shorts or anything like that. And basically just keep in mind that if there is any problems with the wiring, it's going to cause the same symptoms as a bad sensor. So you want to keep that in mind. Also keep in mind this is on a fuse. Hyundais usually have theirs labeled sensor 1, although sometimes it could vary, so you have to go and look. There'll be a fuse box inside the engine compartment where this is located. So you pop open the hood, there'll be a fuse box in there, and it's usually labeled sensor 1. As you can see right here, oxygen sensor up, oxygen sensor down. And if something was to happen to this fuse, then it could cause a problem. And so once you check that all out, the wiring looks good, there's no blown fuses or anything like that, then very likely this oxygen sensor has just failed and just needs to be replaced. Sometimes they do require a special tool to get in there and remove them and get them back in. But this is mainly with sensor 1, since often sensor 1 is recessed down into the exhaust, so you almost do need that special tool when it comes to these. But often sensor 2, you don't need it, but go and look and be sure that you have the tools to remove it, because sometimes you do need this special tool to get it out and get it back in and get around that wire. And so that's basically it. I just want to give a real quick brief overview of how you go about fixing a Hyundai with the P0139 code. If you have anything to add, please comment down below. If you have any questions, ask me and I'll try to answer them. If this video helps you, please click like, please click subscribe, and have a good day.